Hi everyone, it's Daniela and welcome back to my channel. If you remember, I showed this little embellishment book last Friday with my Tuesday morning haul because I used my Maggie Holmes paper to make this. And I said lots of people asked if I would do a tutorial, so I said yes. And it is so silly easy. Just very easy. So let's get started. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to zoom in maybe more than this in a little bit. So what you need, it's an embellishment book. It's not, I make bigger books and all of that kind of stuff and sell them. They need thicker stuff, but to make this embellishment book, as you can see you can see it's got a good amount of thickness to it. Trying to knock on it. No, I'm not knocking on it. But it's definitely a sturdy book. I have no fear that this won't make it beautifully through the mail and everything else. And hold little embellishments really nice. So what I am using is really thick 110-pound pearlescent cardstock. I have it in a pack that I got from somewhere. I think it's Anna Griffin. I cannot be positive, but I've had it for a while. I'm trying to get my pack out to show you. I'm knocking things over, of course. It comes in a pack, and it's got all these colors, and it's 5.5 by 12. So that's why I think it might be Anna Griffin, because it's like a good size if you have a, what was that, the Cuddle Bug. So our book's going to be 5.5, and the, what is wrong? The covers, oh my heck, are going to be 4 inches. This is 12 inches long, so you could, and there's a 2-inch spine. I like a 2-inch spine on these little books because then, look, you have a whole inch of room here. Look how thick you can put big rosettes, and you have a good amount of space for each thing to get nice and full of funness. So if you wanted to make it, use all 12 inches and make 6-inch covers, you could, but the 5 inches seems weird. But let's say you're using 12 by 12 paper. You can make it 5 by 7. You can make it 6 by 8. You can, and then if you run out, oh no, I wanted it, I don't care, to have 7 6-inch covers, and however high, if you still wanted a 2-inch spine, you could use a double-sided tape, like a nice full inch, and put them together. We don't have any of these problems because we are making a nice little embellishment book. So you need 2 pieces of paper, and like I said, mine already came in a pack, 5.5 by 12. Very nice. I want a 2-inch spine, so I cut my paper to 5.5. I didn't cut that, it was that way, by 10, and that will give me 4-inch covers and a 2-inch spine. And for the inside one, it's 5.5 by 9 instead. Cut an inch off, and it's only going to have a 1 inch, so we're going to score it at 4 and 5. So let's start with this one. It's to 10. Let me go in a little more so you can watch. Okay. It's my We Are Memory Keeper scoreboard that I love because it has 1/8 of an inch. I like to use this kind of this is old school embossing, remember, metal stencils, and you rub the paper, and anyway, I think it works better. So our first score is, our cover is 4, look at me off the thing, because we're on camera, 4 inches, and 6 inches. With a thick cardstock like this, you might want to go over twice. And the thicker the cardstock, the more likely you're going to get cracking. And normally it is said that the side with the bump is the side you fold on, but I find with heavy cardstock, I fold on the part that's the indented, and you go very slow, because if I fold it too quick, it will break. It'll just look sloppy. I mean, it won't be ruined forever, nothing, no, nobody will, get hurt, nothing awful, we won't cry, and it won't be a mess. I'm just trying to see if I have just a little piece, and I can show you that it would rip. Okay, I don't. Anyhow, so you see how much I'm trying to make more light happen, but anyway, you can see it's not cracked. It's nice, and we have to give it some time also and play with it a little bit. You cannot expect it to be perfect instantly unless you go too far, which we're not doing. We just want it to stand up. If I squish it all the way down and use a bone folder, it's going to crack, and I don't want it to crack. So we just take a little, then we go to the other side. I'm starting to get the idea. Also, like I said, I almost feel a little silly doing this because I'm so sure. See how nice that crease is now? Beautiful. I'm so sure all of you already know how to do this. See? Do it slow and they get nice. Okay. Next one is 9 inches. We score at 4. And at 5. Because we are going in our covers have a 2-inch spine, so our pages are going to have a 1 inch, so they fit inside of the covers that we just made. And once again, we fold very carefully. Take your time. We're not in a hurry. And I could just do it fast and say, whatever, how it is, God, whatever, but I want to be able to use what I'm making here right now with you guys. I'm thinking that the one that I make for this week's video, very beautiful. For this week's video, I'm thinking of giving away as a prize. So, the first book, as you saw, was Awesome and Pink. Let's get our business back together here. Okay. Awesome and Pink. We have butterflies. We have like a peachy pink background. We have florals and pinky peach stripes. More gold, more florals. So this time I thought it would be awesome if we used blue paper. So what have I done? I'll tell you. Thank you for asking. Okay, so as not to take up 1,000 years of your time, I did some of the work in advance. But I will tell you what I did. So what we have, and this guy, I also have a pile of scraps over here and stuff, because to make the embellishments I have to have, this is too long, I think. No, it's not. Anyway, to make the embellishments for the books, I need all these little bits and pieces and scraps and stuff. So, this is the cover, and if we open it up flat, we need, this is the thick Do you hear it? It's not, it feels like it's got texture. It's almost feels like you can feel the individual glitter, but it doesn't come off or anything. The New Recollections glitter paper that I got at Christmas, it's like plasticky feeling. It's just, I don't know. So this is, I like this kind of, it's not chunky, it's just, it has thickness. And this is the Maggie Holmes paper, and these go on top of each other on the front cover. This is the spine piece. This is 1/8 of an inch smaller than our 5.5 high by 2 inches. So we took off 1/8 and we took off 1/8, and we're going to put one here and one in the inside. And then here I did all the taping, and we're just going to place that one down. So the first one here for the cover, I cut this piece. And this here is, I hope I was in frame. Show you these papers and these papers, just making sure. This is 4, as you can see, by 5.5. So the first layer is 3 3/4. That's 1/8 off of each side. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Again, 1/8 on each side. So, and then this one is, in case you guys are taking notes, this is 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. Is that right? No. 3 5/8. 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. So, first one we put down is this guy. Peel off our tape. I am using the score tape because I'm only going to use white glue on the spine piece, because this is all made of paper and I don't want it to, get wavy and buckle, and score tape is awesome, so that is what I'm using. Now the inside 4 pages, not the covers, the 4 back in front of the middle that we're putting in, I'm just going to use an ATG gun, and we only put 1 piece of paper on each of those pages because that should be fine. We're just putting lightweight embellishments with a removable glue dot on them. And here's this guy. I decided to do this first one with you in case anybody wanted to see and everything like that. So this way nobody felt like I didn't give enough direction. That's why I don't put it down until I'm like really sure. Oh, so weird, but you all know that. Very awesome. Love it. Remove tape from this guy. That's why the other ones I did the matting in advance, so that we can just get right to it. So I'm sure you are now seeing that this is super easy. You can also do the same exact thing if you want to make a mini album, but of course then you need to use something strong as your base. And I am notorious for using cereal boxes as my base of choice, because I never ever make a book that isn't exactly like this, different paper, whatnot, but just as much layering of papers and cardstocks, that all of my books are very strong. And then of course I always add never mind the decorating of the cover and the inside covers and whatever. I also always, almost always at least, use some form of lace or something, and it just gets stronger and stronger. So, but, okay, really, I feel like this is a comedy. Daniella gets stuck to the project. Yeah, and then you can make it as big or whatever as you like, and flaps and flips and stuff. And I actually am planning on making a nice mini album. See, perfect cover. Now we remove the tape from this guy, 1, 2, 3. I will also use a brayer after all the pieces are in, because I like to make sure everything is good and strong, not going to come off. Anyway, so you just change the measurements accordingly. I don't think you need to have, I don't make anything with less than a 2-inch spine, rarely, 1.5, but that's in like a junk journal or something with paper pages. But if it's a mini album like this, then I'm going to have flips and flaps and pockets and all sorts of stuff. So you will need to have a good sized spine, but you can have more than 4 pages. You just have to make them smaller. Instead of a whole 1/2 inch, maybe go with 1/4 instead, considering our book is going to have like a 1/2 inch in between each page. It's so hard to do this like this. I'm really proud of myself because I would never think. Now I'm looking, I'm like, is it off? Is it? I think it looks awesome. So then I take the brayer on the inside, really make sure it's on there. Brayer. And our last page here, not page, the back cover. I don't necessarily, might as well. Let's just do it. Back cover. And remove all of this. You know this is going to be long. I don't know. You can fast forward me or whatever. I also like to do things in a very specific order, I guess. I don't know. Like, I would have gotten all this stuff ready before I put it together, even if I wasn't showing anyone else how I do it. I just, you know, you buy stuff from like IKEA and you have to put it together. I take every piece out and I put them in separate piles, every nut and bolt and all that kind of stuff. I can make really weird like that. That's what I do. I like to make sure that everything is being, you know, done right. And I have all of the things I need. I try not to be like, oh, I forgot something. Stuff. And there we go. There's the front, spine, and back of our book. Brayer it, brayer it, brayer, brayer, brayer. Brayer, brayer. Okay, now we have the inside. So first we put the same stuff on the inner spine as we put on the outer, because we want the spine to be very, very strong. Got to hold our pages and our embellishments and junk. And how's everybody been doing? Everybody been shopping? Did everybody find all the Maggie Holmes they ever wanted to find? I don't know if I found all of it, but I know I found enough. I'm really proud of myself too that I'm using it. I, like everyone else, or maybe not everyone, I should never speak for everyone, but a lot of people have said that they hoard their stuff, and my problem isn't so much hoarding as it is that I didn't put anything to it. I put it to, okay, I'm going to make something with it, and instead of saying don't buy anything else, ATG gun, it's just the inside. I'm like Maggie Holmes, whichever, pick a collection. Flourish. Okay, I'm going to make something with that. And instead of making it and then saying, great, now I need to buy something else, I put it in the I'm going to make something with it pile. And then, oh, look, I found carousel. And then I buy that. And then, and. So that's what my issue is, that I keep saying I'm going to use it and then I don't. So, awesome. So because of that, that's why I have the new thing that I'm going to use what I bought in the week that I bought it and prove it to all of you with a project. And by the way, in it, well, look, it got a goopy. Hate that. Does everybody else hate that? Ugh, gross. Anyway, I also played with my new twist pencils or crayons. I'm not sure what they are as far as that. And I did do some fun painting with them that I'm going to show you on Friday. So I did that also, very fun. All right, put this guy back a minute. Roll, 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 and roll. Okay, so this guy we will glue in here because I need it glued so that I know that it's strong. So I'm going to put these pages quickly with the ATG onto the book. So the only thing I have to make sure of is that I keep them all in the same direction, because move that to the side. I could very easily end up with something upside down. I don't think it really matters too much, but that's the only thing I have to concern myself with. 3, and that is this front cover. I hope this is, gosh, this is one of those. I think they're all like they can go any which way. And we have you, and now we need you. G. Here. Set here. Whoa, this guy didn't get me either. Sometimes this stuff just gets out of hand. Out of line. There. This one goes here. Awesome. This is what I'm putting in the inner spine. it's really just for show, since the it's not really going to be holding anything. It's just to pretty it up, because we will be gluing this section piece. Sometimes I'm not sure how to put it. Good thing I could pull it up. This piece, this middle, okay, stop it. This middle part, nothing's really going to be on this part. This part is just the middle, that's all. Okay, and then this guy. I want to make rosettes, and one of the embellishment things I have of Maggie Holmes, she's got like a stick with like banners from it. I want to do those, like butterflies or something with some dimension. And oh, and then she likes to do those layered, what would you call them? They're not flags, they're, well, now that this is a 15-hour video, I will show you before we are done, because we are done in 1 second. As soon as we put this piece on, then we glue and clamp, and that is it. And then now you can see that it's not for anything. Get your, whoops, great, my ATG got funky. That's okay though, look, it didn't break or anything. Cool. Cool. And once you cut your paper, you can get this book done while talking in a half hour. This doesn't need anything because it's going to be glued. Ta-da! This paper is so pretty, isn't it? Oh my heck. Okay. Get me some glue, a couple of clamps. That's the outside. This is the inside, and it's going to go right here in the middle. This is my art glitter glue. I am sure you all know about it. Of course, my pin was like giving me fits. That it is awesome. I've seen so many people say they love it, and I use it all the time. Can't say enough good about it, except that today it's decided that it doesn't want to behave. It's always so good. I don't know why. Try again. Be good? Yeah. A little goes a long way with this. You put too much, it will ooze. And it does dry quick. So I know that if I put it on too thin, it'll be dry before I can even put it in. So we got that. And this guy goes like this. And you find the middle. Just eyeball it. That's all you can do. Really. Check from here. Looks pretty good to me. I always take a cloth. Let's look at it from the top. Yeah, that's good. Sweet. Here, brayer. Press it down. Press, press, press. Now, wipe. No glue is coming out, so that's a great thing. Check this side. Looking good. And now, I use these little clips. I think I want to put it right here at the very end and like pinch it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it makes a difference. So I just like to there and there. And now there and here. And now I put it aside like this. And I like to usually put it under like a light or something. It's weird, but I really believe like light helps the glue dry. Maybe I'm crazy, which I know I am, but just saying. So that is how you make this form of an embellishment book or even a mini album, but at least it's the base of it, you know. And I have these as an example. Oh, I was going to decorate some gold glitter paper clips, but these are crepe paper flower, but I was thinking of making this. It even looks like it's on a toothpick. I think that's so cute. So you make like a couple of them. See how these butterflies are like layered, and this reminds me of a cupcake liner rosette. Ah, this is what I was saying, banners. That's the word I couldn't spit out a minute ago. And there's bows and crepe paper rosettes. So I thought maybe rosettes of one kind or another, bows, banners, and these flags. Or I could do the butterflies and paper clips and this kind of rosette. Oh, now I have 2 books, so I have lots to choose from, and we will see what I get finished for Friday's video to share. And I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, any, just leave it in the comments. I'd love it if you left me a comment no matter what, because you're awesome, and I so appreciate you all. And let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me hi. And remember, keep with me because I'm going to be at 25 soon for another pretty big size giveaway. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome. Bye.